Good morning, everybody. Each of us has a different battle to face, a different level of responsibility and obligations and duties that we have to uphold on a daily basis. Each of us is aiming for something different. What constitutes happiness is not uniform from one person to the next. Happiness being fulfillment, contentment, um, generally valuing and enjoying your life more often than not, feeling like there's some reason for waking up in the morning. The thing that gets you out of bed isn't because you are still here and you have to, um, because you enjoy the life that you are living. Achieving that is going to be as individual as each and every one of you are individual. Everyone's circumstances are completely different. Everyone's issues and limitations and obstacles are completely unique to their given situation. But we all have them. We all have limitations and obstacles and difficulties in trying to improve our life, our mood, our mental health, our physical health, the quality of our relationships, our general mood set point state, so that if we're chronic melancholic, we can move that button up a few notches to generally okay or fine and occasionally happy or joyful, to be less serious, to be more grateful. Whether it is a practical achievement that you are aiming for, a tangible thing, improved health, or an internal growth that you are aiming for. It takes time. It all takes time. And if you're in a position where your situation is just so intense and overwhelming, and you've had so many obstacles, it's like running a race, running the hurdles. If your track has more hurdles on it than the next guy, it's going to take you longer to finish. It's going to take you longer to get there. Wherever that there is, that sweet spot, that for a time is going to keep you stable, happy, and whole. That's going to make you bend and not break when times get rough. That's going to make you look forward to waking up each day and grateful for the life you've been given. That's going to make you feel the best quality of life and quality of this existence possible for you, given all things in consideration, whether it's external growth or internal growth that you are seeking. It's going to take time, and depending on what you're dealing with. Some people lead incredibly difficult lives, not of their own doing. Some people have been through incredibly difficult things and the hits just keep on coming. Some people find themselves medically or psychiatrically ill, and that takes a chunk out. It takes a chunk out of time, it takes a chunk out of their capacities, and they have to adjust. When life throws hurdles on your racetrack, you can't just keep going as if they're not there. You bust through the hurdle, you'll fall and break your ankles, be flat out on your face. You have to admit reality as it is, as it comes, even if it's unpleasant and difficult and unfair. Well, life is not fair. Some of the best people have some of the worst obstacles thrown in their path. You can't give up on yourself, and you can't give up on your life. You don't want to add suffering on top of your pain. You want to have the best quality of life still possible, regardless of circumstances, internal and external, and limitations and obstacles thrown in your path. You still deserve as much, if not more, because of what you've had to overcome, than anyone else, as everyone else. to have the best quality of life that is still available to you to have, to experience, to enjoy, and to experience joy. Quote of the day: it doesn't matter how long it takes you or how slowly you move, as long as you don't stop. Confucius says, Confucius actually does say that. It's a Confucius quote. It's going to take people a little longer sometimes, given what life has thrown at them, given obstacles, internal, external, that are not of their doing, not of their control, that they have to adapt and adjust and modify their expectations and their pace. Pursuing whatever it is they're doing, they have to take it baby steps. It's a lot more complex. It's not as clear cut as just having a good, right attitude. When your body gives out on you, when your mind gives out on you, when you lose a family member, when life hits you in the face. Life is not simple or clear cut, and the same tips, tricks, and tools cannot be applied across the board, because, as I said, each of us is unique in our attributes and our limitations and our personal situation. It's a marathon life, and there are no quick fixes. Pace yourself. Don't feel guilt or grief or shame or anything negative if you have to take a step back and slow down, regroup, recoup, and maybe indefinitely, if you were given a severe medical diagnosis, for instance, that your approach might have to slow down to modifying yourself and modifying your life, because your cup runneth over and you can't handle much more. You're doing your best to cope with what is, and living in what is leaves you little time, energy, or reserves to manifest anything different for yourself. But you're doing the best you can with what you have for now. Don't beat yourself up for not being farther than you are, better than you are, stronger than you are, blah, 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 than you are. You may not be where you want to be, but thank God you're not where you used to be. Each person has a different pace, because each person's situation is entirely unique. Guilt or shame does nothing to help you to feel better about your life and about yourself if you blame yourself for circumstances and situations that are outside of your control. They're outside of your control, and they are hurdles thrown on your racetrack. Of course, the guy next to you, without any hurdles on his track, is going to get farther along. You're going to have to go slower and more thoughtfully. But try not to just drag yourself through your life. Try not to just survive it. Try your best to get to a place where you have adjusted enough, even to difficult circumstances, that though you may creep, you still move forward toward enjoying and valuing and appreciating the life in which you are living, even if it is difficult, challenging, painful, that you appreciate that you still are. Love you guys. Have a good morning. Goodbye. Quote of the day one more time. It doesn't matter how long it takes or how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. Good morning. Goodbye. Have a good day. Peace.